Hello, good morning, and welcome back to the shed. Today's video is a very important video, and it's also the reason that we're here in the shed, but that will become clear in a moment. Today's video is so important that I'm going to be reading from notes because I don't want to risk ranting. I want to be clear, I want to be helpful, and I want you to be able to help me and indeed yourselves. Because this video concerns the future of openly accessible, educational, family-friendly videos on YouTube. And I'm already going off script, so I'm going to go straight back to my notes. I've already postponed planned videos for this week. For example, an interview with regards to a six-headed burial in Scotland, in order to take a few days to concentrate on how to respond to COPPA legislation. This is the Children's Online Privacy Protection Act. And in a nutshell, YouTube broke the law. And not only did the law win 9 years later, but also we, as people who make videos on YouTube, are the ones who are effectively being punished for it. The Children's Online Privacy Protection Act is a 1998 piece of legislation that was brought into law in 2013, and it's designed to, as quoted here from Wikipedia, the online collection of personal information by persons or entities under US jurisdiction about children under 13 years of age. And in that sense, the idea is quite noble and honourable. It's designed to stop young people, children, vulnerable people as well, from having their information collected, used and abused, and for example having extremely targeted adverts thrown at them, as YouTube has been doing. In fact, YouTube went so far as to market their capabilities to companies as being able to hit that 6 to 11 demographic, even though terms of service for YouTube, in terms of signing up for an account, say that you have to be over 13 for legal reasons, obvious legal reasons. And even though, for example, we as content creators and video makers don't get to see any data about anyone younger than 13 years old in our analytics. Sorry, I'm going off script again. Now, the implications of this should be simple. Kids' videos, one would think, include things like learning your ABCs, dancing with purple dinosaurs, this kind of thing. However, it's not that simple. If we take a closer look at some of the implications of this legislation, infringing content includes subject matter that is appealing to children, e.g. kids' jokes, music, kids' games, video and computer games, children's TV shows or stars, cartoon characters, sports, stories, toys, children's books, fantasy, children's arts and crafts, pets, products primarily purchased or consumed by kids, like snack food or cereal. Presentation. A. Language of the website, such as language that is simple enough to be understandable to children 12 and under. Short, colourful descriptions, slang and pop culture phrases, e.g. a kids site may be identified by such language as kids only, fun, free stuff, whatever, cool, games, ask your parents, etc. B. Whether the website uses visual content appealing to children, i.e. animated characters, bold or fast-moving graphics, or bright and vibrant colours. You see, the plot thickens as to what exactly kids' content is. Indeed, to return to my notes, at the moment the definition of kids-friendly or kid-directed content is woefully inadequate and could, in my case, extend to the use of Lego pieces, for example, in a video used to demonstrate the concept of positive and negative stratigraphy for archaeological education, something that probably kids would find quite dull, but I happen to have used Lego because it's convenient and, God forbid, it's fun, even if you're an adult. Another example might be using Lego in a video about Celticness. The slightly infamous video on ArchaeoSoup, What is a Celt, is full of subject matter that was probably quite boring to kids, and the conversation below is definitely not one that I would want kids to be involved in. And yet there is a single frame, or a single 7-second moment in that video where Lego models are used to demonstrate a caricature of Celticness in and around Stonehenge. Is that classed as for kids or not? We just don't know yet. But we do know that at the moment YouTube is helping us to prepare for this by asking us a simple question about our YouTube channels. The question is as follows: is this YouTube channel made for kids? And the options are stiflingly and stupidly narrow. Either yes, your YouTube channel is made for kids and only kids, as it says, or it's not made for kids and you never upload content that's kid friendly. Or you can go through each and every one of your videos, in my case more than 1,400 on YouTube, and make a decision about, is this for kids or is this not for kids? What do I do in the case of the video about Celticism? Do I mark that as for kids? I don't think it is for kids. The thing is though, get it wrong and the punishment is harsh and immediate. $43,000 fine per infringement, per video that you are found to have been wrongly marketing your content towards kids. If you mark your channel or your video for kids, the videos will have no notifications. The video will have no comment section. The videos will not be searchable on YouTube or indeed as Google results, which is crucial for discovery of this information, and in my case for sharing information publicly about the past. The videos will not be suggested or recommended on YouTube, and the video will make 90% less revenue. Although frankly that's not particularly important for me because it's not a mainstay of my income. I make a little bit of money, maybe £50 ish every couple of months from YouTube, but that's not the main thing. The main thing is access, the conversations that we have, and the ability for people, young and old, to learn about our shared human past. To return to my notes, I'm not panicking, mostly, but this has to be taken very seriously as the FTC are using language, well, like this.
The analogy that I think of is the expression about shooting fish in a barrel. YouTube is the barrel and the content creators are the fish.
This is despite the fact that we as video makers, content creators, channel owners, however you want to define us, literally cannot see, never mind take advantage of, the data that YouTube has been gathering on under 13-year-olds on this platform. YouTube, again, has committed the crime, and they've passed the responsibility for dealing with this down the chain to us, fellow service users, along with those children who apparently this legislation is designed to protect. So far, the lovely Mrs. Soup has been helping me to collect my thoughts, to breathe, and to consider my options with clarity. And I'm acting as follows. So, point number one is archiving. Yesterday, for example, we ordered a 10 terabyte external hard drive. In fact, I have the box here. There you go. And this is the reason why we're in the shed, incidentally, today, is because this thing is noisy. And this hard drive is currently downloading and backing up the Archaeo Soup YouTube channel. The idea is that if the FTC decides that certain Soup videos are kid-directed and deletes them, they are safe and they haven't disappeared forever. Frankly, this will also be a good resource library and archive for editing purposes in the future, so it's not the end of the world for me, because I often refer to previous videos and have to re-download them and edit them when I'm using them, so actually having it on a hard drive will be good for me, even if it has cost £200. But it was on sale. It would have been £260. Point number two. In addition to archiving, we're also battening down the hatches somewhat. It might, I stress might, be the case that I need to temporarily make the YouTube channel tagged as kid friendly in order to avoid the on-the-spot fines, currently set at $43,000 per infringing video, which I obviously don't have. I don't have enough for one video, never mind potentially 1,400 videos. if they're found to be infringing. But it may also be the case that one is notified and asked to cease and desist before such punitive actions are taken. So I'm seeking clarification on that, i.e. I might not set the channel as kid-friendly because it may well be that we can keep it as it is, and I'll simply be told by the FTC, this is kid-directed, you need to cease and desist, get rid of this, before they immediately fine us or fine me. I don't know. We don't know. Again, it's another way in which this whole thing is such a mess, and it's coming into enforcement on the 1st of January. However, making that change would render the comment sections in all Archaeosoup videos gone, and I don't know if they would come back when we made that change. It would also severely limit the visibility of Archaeosoup on YouTube and Google, and it would stifle the open access which I've endeavoured to maintain over the past 10 years or so. I don't necessarily want to do that, but I might have to. So battening down the hatches, number 2. Number 3. We are seeking clarification on COPPA and also advocating for sensible modifications to the implementation of this legislation. FTC commissioners are currently on Twitter seeking input on COPPA, hashtag COPPA, and I don't know how much oomph I as a British citizen would have on the FTC, even though this is a law that will affect the world, because the world uses YouTube. But certainly if you're a US citizen, this could be something that you might want to get involved in this conversation. There are various petitions to stop and or modify COPPA, and I have signed one in particular. I'll put a link to it below. And indeed, I'm currently researching COPPA and continuing to seek out better and clearer information. Every day for the past several days, well, actually for the past couple of months really, and for the foreseeable future, I'm going to be daily looking into this, Googling COPPA, trying to see how we can COPPA with it. And finally, point number 4, adaptation. It may well be that an outcome of this whole sorry mess is that I have to make a separate YouTube channel specifically for kids. Kidsoup? Or, although is that name too morbid for kids to be considered kid-friendly? I don't know, but you know what I mean. It may well be that we have to hive off some of the videos that we've already made over the past decade or so and put them there so that they are FTC compliant and no one will ever see them because you can't find them. It may also be that actually part of the answer is to diversify where Archaeosoup videos appear. That could include initially, for example, publishing videos on the Archaeosoup Facebook page, though that isn't an ideal platform for library and legacy and searchable storage of content, but people who like Archaeosoup are already there, around about 23,000 of them, so that could be a place. There is a Dailymotion channel that I use as a partial archive already, although Dailymotion don't allow content that YouTube allows. So when you're talking about certain historical topics, this can be very difficult because Dailymotion might not allow it, which is fun. There's also sites such as Vimeo as well, a premier video hosting platform that does come with a monthly fee, which I would have to pay, obviously, to use that platform, especially initially when I'm uploading huge amounts of video. That price point is relatively high. None of these are ideal. None of this is ideal, but it may well have to happen because YouTube broke the law. And as part of their settlement, they paid 2 days worth of profit and then passed the responsibility down the chain to us. So, back to the notes. It almost certainly will require changes to how, where and what I publish in terms of Archaeosoup. And again, it may lead to a specific Soup Kids YouTube channel, and I need a little bit of time to think about this and consult about it. And thankfully, we have until the end of December. I'm not doing anything in December. Are you busy in December? I'm not busy in December. Guys, this has been genuinely one of the most stressful things I've ever dealt with, and that includes writing a dissertation that gets a first-class mark at university. I could scarcely sleep on Sunday, and when I did get to sleep, I had nightmares about this. And frankly, ethically, this undermines everything that I've been working for in terms of public access, open access to historical information, no matter your age. I think it's fair to say that ArchaeoSoup is not age bracketed. I don't make videos for kids, and I don't make videos for adults. I make videos for people, and people are able to find what they find interesting in those videos. Sometimes the same video will appeal to children on one level, for example a video about bog buddies, will appeal to children on the kind of level, but appeal to adults on the kind of level. This stifling, strangling categorization of for kids or against kids or not for kids it's nonsense. It's federal government nonsense, and YouTube's implementation of this as a response to their plea bargain is also nonsense. I could swear, but I'm not going to because I'm being kid friendly. In all seriousness, thank you so much for your love and support over the past 9 or 10 years that I've been doing this. Thank you for understanding that I've had to drop everything and start dealing with this now, so that I'm not more stressed in December. And thank you for any support or lobbying or campaign signing or name petitioning, this kind of thing, that you feel compelled to do as a result of this video. It's important because it's not just me, it's this entire band of YouTube, this entire I think the large middle ground of YouTube that's under threat here. And also fun. For example, there are grown-ups who do really lovely Lego YouTube channels who now are not going to be able to continue because it's been their job, and no one will be able to find their videos because all their videos are kid-friendly, kid-directed, and COPPA is stomping it out. This is a mess, and it's being implemented in, 3 months, 4 months from September might sound like a long time, but it's being implemented too quickly, and one suspects with too much zealous joy on the part of certain FTC officials.
The analogy that I think of is the expression about shooting fish in a barrel. YouTube is the barrel, and the content creators are the fish.
I know that clip is out of context, but it's chilling, to say the least. Anyway, speaking of chilling, I am cold in this shed. I don't know if you can see that, but it is quite cold in here, and I'm sure that this video has gone on for long enough. I just wanted to talk about this and to share it with you, and yes, I'm scared. To be honest, I am scared. What about what will happen next? Again, thank you. Again, please do check out those links, and until next time, do take care, and I'll try to take care as well. Bye bye.